my camera is like this. I literally have no idea. It's such a freaking mess every time, I'm telling you. Ugh, it's such a disaster. I don't even know, like, what to do about it. It's such a mess. Oh my god. So my laptop has a back camera and has a camera on the keyboard, and it will only let me use those. It won't let me use the one that's literally right on the top. I don't know why. It's so stupid. So I always look like this, but I guess it's just gonna have to be an audio thing for now. I don't know what to do about it. I tried to live stream on my phone and it won't let me. It says that my mobile YouTube app, I guess, isn't compatible with live streaming. So this has just been a complete and utter disaster. Like, literally, this whole live streaming thing has been such a disaster. I'm so sorry. Hey, Soul Reaper. Oh, gosh. Also, I meant to live stream 30 minutes ago, but I live in the south, so we've been having really bad rainstorms and like random like thunderstorms and stuff because of the hurricanes. So it's been knocking out like the power, and the Wi-Fi has been really weird lately. Even like just my cellular data has been kind of weird lately. I'm assuming it's because of all the storms and everything. This live stream, I hate that it looks so bad, but there's nothing I can do about it. This laptop, I guess, is just a POS. So I guess I'm just gonna have to get a new laptop and figure it out, or figure out why my mobile YouTube app isn't compatible with live streaming. If you know the answer to that, please let me know. Oh my gosh, maybe if I does that help even in the slightest? Wow, I look really not flattering, but it's okay. I worked earlier today and connection is unstable. Oh my gosh, this is so frustrating. I'm so sorry. But anyway, the reason that we're all here is to talk about the book of the month for September, which was I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Ian Reid. And I actually read this on I listened to it, I guess, like the audiobook. And it was a really, really short audiobook. I basically got through it in 2 days. So that was nice. I've seen mixed reviews. So for some people, like I looked it up on Goodreads, and some people were saying that if you were to read the physical book, it's a lot different than if you were to listen to the audiobook. And it goes like either way. So some people really, really, really enjoyed the audiobook because you could kind of, I don't want to like spoil anything, but basically you could kind of tell when there was a shift in who was talking or who was thinking something, whereas in the book, the physical book, I guess it kind of, you weren't totally sure, and I definitely got that. When I listened to the audiobook, at first, like the first, I'm gonna say almost half of the book, Jacob, yay. Hey guys. Yes, this book definitely shocked me. I don't think I understood that it was gonna be like this. I guess I was thinking it was more spooky. I kind of went into this book a little bit blind. When I scary stuff. Yeah, and parts of it, I like when I was listening to it on audio, I was like, wait, what? Like, I feel like I missed something. I was like, I don't understand what is going on. Like, I was like, I don't really get it. So I had to re-listen to it a few times. Yeah, the audiobook was very weird. But it's like normally this book I really had to like sit down and focus and listen to the audiobook, or I would miss a bunch of like important things, I felt like, because this book was so bizarre, and I feel like there was a lot of symbolism and a lot of things that were going on that I just like felt like I needed to focus or I would miss something. So yeah, the voices, there was like, I think there wasn't there music at one point in the middle, like and that's what I mean, like there was, you could kind of tell in the audiobook when something was going to happen, or because of like the shift, the change, like you could hear it in the book, and that was super cool. It was kind of like interactive or like immersive sort of, and I really liked it. Yeah, I felt like that too, that the book was a metaphor or something. Like, to me, the book was very deep and very heavy, and having to do with feelings of isolation and what ifs and stuff like that. I thought it was very, very interesting. I think that the fact that the book was also set like during a snowstorm was like super important. And I think it connected a lot of the imagery in the book together with that snowstorm. I thought that was good. Yeah, I totally get that, Jacob. Because I feel the same way. I was like, I'm not totally sure if I like this book or not. I wanted to DNF it actually at first, but I was like, it's such a short book. Like, I'm just going to very important topics. And I personally really liked the ending. But I have seen so many reviews that say the complete opposite, that they absolutely hated the ending. I guess it just depends on person to person. I thought the ending was like really, really good for me personally. Yeah, so basically the whole story is this couple, Jake and Lucy, and they are on their way to meet Jake's parents at like a secluded farm. And Lucy is actually thinking of ending things with Jake. Oh no, my camera. She's actually thinking of breaking up with him, but she's literally on her way to go meet his parents. So the whole ride, they're kind of like talking, and he's like trying to tell her stories and like trying to joke around with her and trying to be like, you know, kind of get her out of her shell or whatever. Because she's just over in the passenger seat thinking about how she doesn't want to be in this relationship anymore. But that she feels bad because all around he's like a good guy. He's been a pretty good boyfriend to her, what have you. But she is just not feeling it. And it's really bizarre because there's, you know, points where it's like he can hear her talking, or like she'll be thinking something and he'll interrupt her in the middle of a thought. That kind of stuff. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I had no idea that this book was just Jake imagining everything in his head. I was so confused. I was like, that's why I thought it was like paranormal or like spooky. I thought it might be like cult related or something. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Everything that Jake was imagining of Lucy was things that he completely made up in his mind. So he met her, I think, at a bar, and they like went out on one date, but they never, like, nothing became of that. They weren't actually in a relationship. None of this stuff in the book was real. It was all him made up in his mind. And he is basically very lonely, and he's thinking of all these like what if scenarios with this woman that he was very attracted to, and he makes up all of these fake memories with this woman. And he is a janitor at a school, and oh my gosh, the book is very confusing. And then after I finished the book, I was like, okay, what the fuck? This is so bizarre. Maybe if I watch the show or the movie or whatever, it'll give me some insight into what was going on. No fucking way. It didn't help me at all. It just made me more confused. Seeing a visual representation of it, though, kind of, it made more sense. I was like, oh, okay, I could see where that was what was happening. Or okay, but the movie, I hated it. I hated it so fucking much. I wish I'd never watched it because I really think that it affected my review of this book. Don't get me wrong. I think that the movie, in certain parts, was very beautiful. Visually, it's pretty stunning in parts. I love most of the actors and actresses in it. But oh my god, the movie just like got under my skin. I hated like how long and dragged out it was with them in the car. And I know that that's a very big part of the book is them in the car, because all of this is like made up in Jake's head. He's just imagining things. Yeah, and the ending in the book and the movie are very different. But honestly, I did enjoy in the movie, but a lot of people did not. But I thought it was kind of interesting the way they did it. But he does, kill himself because he's just so distraught over this life that he never had, and he's just like a loner. Nobody really likes him, and like Jesse Plemons as Jake. Really? See, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I felt like even though it was a movie adaptation of the book, come on, what is going on with my camera? Oh my god. Even though it was a movie adaptation of the book, I personally felt like it was two different things. Like, I felt like the book and the movie were, like, obviously the same, but they were completely different. Because, you know how when you read a book and you just, like, envision what a character looks like or how they're going to act or whatever, and then the movie comes out and it, like, totally fucks everything up for you. That's what it felt like. Definitely the parts where he is, like, he's trying to talk to her about his childhood, but it's actually her childhood. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I was the only one, but I actually thought in the beginning that she was making all of it up, that she was kind of like out of her head and she was like maybe not like mentally well. That's kind of what I thought at first. I was like, maybe she's like mentally unstable or something. But isn't Jesse Plemons kind of a weird version of Chris Evans? I know what you're saying though. I totally get that. I thought that the ending in the movie, it really made me cry. It was like really emotional for me for some reason. It was really sad. I felt like even though Jake is obviously, he's very mentally unstable and he is not okay and what have you, he has his own demons and problems, but I could kind of relate to his like feeling of isolation and loneliness and like he doesn't have anybody in his life. You know, because I'm sure we have all felt like that at one point or another. Oh my gosh, my face looks really bad. When they showed the scene of him like undressing in his car and stuff like that in the middle of the snowstorm, it was because he was trying to give himself like hypothermia or something to kill himself. And in the book, we kind of go back and forth between parts, like chapters or whatever, of like somebody talking about finding a body or like finding a book next to a body or something, and you're like, but I don't understand what this is about, and you literally don't understand until the very end, and then you're like, I thought that it was gonna be like he's really weird. Farm to meet his parents, and his parents are gonna be like, you know, in some weird cult, and they're gonna like kill her or like chase her around and spook her and scare her. That's what I thought, and I was like really setting myself up for something that was gonna be kind of twisted and scary. But this book was just like if you took a Rubik's Cube and put it into a jigsaw and then smashed it into puzzle pieces. It was like that. It was like a complete mindfuck. Yeah. Oh my god. In this book, it was scary and it did have some really weird elements to it that I was like, oh my god. Like, I was not feeling it. My dog is literally banging a bone. Oh, the hell, great. Jesus, age. Okay. Oh my god. Jacob, I think you should be making these videos more than me because, yeah, it was like Gone Girl on crack. That is 100% accurate. Actually, I'm going to literally make a Goodreads review and that's all it's going to say. It was like Gone Girl on crack. That's exactly what it was. I'm like sitting here trying, because I wrote down some notes, but I kind of like said them all already, but this book just really messed with me because I loved it and I hated it all at the same time. I thought that some of the writing was really beautiful. I thought that the deeper elements of the book, like the metaphors for certain things and the kind of just overall views of the book about everything, was very, very beautiful. But at face value, if you were just reading the book and you weren't looking into it and you weren't like making any deeper conclusions or connections on your part, then you would be like, absolutely, what the fuck did I read? This is ridiculous garbage and this is scary. That about sums it up, actually. That pretty much sums it up. Oh my god, I can't. I just. Yes, I do. And I can't even go there. I feel like I kind of blocked this book out of my brain. And that sucks because pigs are one of my favorite animals, by the way. I fucking love pigs. Actually, I really like all farm animals. I was just holding my breath. Okay. Oh my god. I didn't understand the parts in the movie where they would make things seem paranormal, but they're not. So I don't know what they were trying, or maybe that's just me and what I was thinking. There's parts in this book that I think are pretty, like, some of it will be really boring and really long and really drawn out, and then some of it will be so intense, like those scenes that Jacob's talking about, that it's like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Like, I feel so bad because I know so many people really like this book, and I almost feel like, if you don't like this book, it's almost seen as like you're not cultured enough, or you're not like intelligent enough to like get the deeper meaning, whatever. But I think that you can love and hate this book. I think Jacob's right, and I think you can give it a 1 star, and you can also give it a 4 star at the same time, because this book was like one of those books, man, where it was just like, I don't know what to think about it. I really don't have like a solid conclusion, even after listening to it and then having to like reread it on ebook, certain parts of it at least, and then watching the movie. I can't get like a solid, like, definitive rating for this book, and I can't like, my thoughts are all over the place for this book. Yeah, that's what I mean. I really liked the vibe of the book. I think that the setting was perfect. The secluded farm was perfect for the feeling of like isolation and sadness and loneliness that Jake was actually feeling in real time, in his real life. And I think that the like huge snowstorm that was happening kind of was like the catalyst for him to kind of go off the deep end and do this. But so in that way, I thought the book was like genius. It's like scarily genius. And I do think it's going to be like a very polarizing book. You're either going to absolutely love it or you're going to hate it. Or you can be like me and in the middle and have no fucking clue. Oh my gosh, my ear hurts really bad. I don't understand that either. Like, I don't. Oh my god. nothing was real. I don't think any single part of this was real. I think he made everything up in his mind. And he was like, he's been watching her though, so wasn't he the stalker? Like, he's been thinking about her, and they've only seen each other one time. Like, I don't think any part of this book was reality. I think it was literally all him and everything that he was making up in his own mind to make himself feel less lonely and less sad and isolated. Yeah. Oh God. I don't know if anybody's read Misery, but this kind of gave me like slightly Misery vibes. Just like obsessive weirdness. And it was such a short. I think that's. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. It was such a short book that I think that's what's messing with me. Is like, how could I not understand this book when it was one of the shortest books I've ever read? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry, my dog is like freaking out. But I do not know what. I've been like posted this on my Goodreads because I don't know what to think about it. I think it's awful, but I also think it's beautiful. So I don't know what to do. Oh, 100%. If it was longer, it wouldn't make any sense because this entire book is like stream of consciousness, basically. It's like one continuous thought. It's very dreamlike, obviously. It may like, what the fuck? Wow, I was on mute. L-O fucking L. L-O fucking L. I said I don't understand the Dairy Queen part either. I don't know what that was supposed to represent. I was like, maybe it's like ironic that it's ice cream and they're in the middle of a snowstorm. Like, maybe, like, I don't know. I have no idea what any of that is supposed to mean. I really have no freaking clue. Oh my gosh, this dog is going to be the death of me, the pain of my fucking existence. That's what I think he was so obsessed with her in a way that everything that was happening to him in his life started happening to her, because technically they're the same person, if that makes sense. Like, they aren't two separate beings because he's literally made this person up in his entire mind. That's why, like, parts of her personality are like obviously completely made up, like figments of his imagination, but also like parts of himself, or like parts of her childhood, or actually his childhood, and vice versa. Like, I think that's why if I would have read the physical book, it would have really, I think, confused me. That's why I think I'm glad I read the audiobook, because I enjoyed it a little bit more, I think. And I know, like, even in the show, when he was like, he would call her Lucy, but then he would call her Lucia, and then he would call her, like, he couldn't even get her name right. And I didn't pick up on that at first. Like, not even listening, like, to the book, I didn't pick up on that, but then I was like, oh, wait a minute. This man is mentally ill. That's all I thought. I just thought that one of them had, like, a mental illness and was, like, going crazy. Or, like, earlier, that it was, like, a cult. And it was, like, kind of, like, midsummery. Like, I was like, okay, it's, like, supposed to be kind of a weird vibe, maybe. I wasn't expecting what this book was actually about, and I still had to, like, obviously listen to the audiobook twice in parts, and then I had to watch the movie, and I still had to, like, sit and think about it for a couple of days and, like, do research. I'm not even kidding you when I tell you I went on a deep dive because of this fucking book. Like, I went down a fucking rabbit hole, okay? Like, researching the shit out of this book. I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Why did this happen? Like, I needed answers, and as much research as I've done about this book and trying to figure out what the hell, like, the meaning was, I guess we can all surmise our own meaning, and we can all come to our own conclusions, but I really was like, I just need answers. It was one of those books that it's like, once you read it, it's like an earworm, you know, when you listen to a song and you can't get it out of your head. It was kind of like that for me. I listened to it and I just couldn't figure it out. But, like, I can come to a conclusion. Even like psychological thrillers usually wrap up, even if they're not the best wrap up, I can kind of, like, be like, okay, this is what happened. And I hate not really knowing how I feel about a book or what the exact, like, metaphors were or what have you, because then I feel like the book's almost still unfinished to me, because it just feels like I didn't actually read the book. Like, it feels like an unfinished read. The biggest ew moment. I don't even want to go there, but probably the pig scene. Like, I can't. I said it earlier, but I can't. I love farm animals. I love all farm animals, and I love pigs. And one day I would love to own a pig. And I can't fucking even. I can't. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna give it a rating. Just because I can't like land on something, and I don't want to give it like a 2.5 because it seems unfair. But do I want to give it like a 4? If I give it a 4, big explanation on Goodreads, you know, like, I have to, like, let people know what they're getting themselves into. If I put a 2.5, it then seems like, okay, you just didn't get the book, but it's not that. It's just I can't freaking figure it out, man. I can't figure it out. I don't know. I'm glad I read it, though. It's like one of those books that I'm glad I read it, because it does make you think even after you've read it. Or maybe it's just me and I'm obsessive, but I have been thinking about this book for weeks. And I finished it, like, very early on in September. And I still am, like, thinking about it because I don't understand. Maybe, oh my god, I'm turning into Jake. I'm becoming freaking obsessive. See, that's what I was saying. The book is written very beautifully, and I think the deeper meanings in the book were the parts that I personally understood were very beautiful. And I loved the way they portrayed somebody as feeling lonely and isolated and dealing with things, because that's a real life thing that people go through. And using like the snowstorm as a, catalyst for events that happen afterward. And the snowstorm is happening because he's feeling so lonely and so isolated in the farm and everything like that. Like, it is truly, really, really beautiful. In that way, I really loved the book. But it's also one of those things where I'm still like kind of confused from it. Parts of it I absolutely loved, and parts, what the book am I reading? What am I reading right now? But overall, I'm glad that I read it and I enjoyed it overall. So I don't have any qualms about it, except for the movie. And that's another thing. Parts of the movie I loved. I loved the actors and actresses. I loved some of the visual representation that I kind of was imagining in my head anyway. But seeing it on screen, translated from the book, was actually really cool. In the movie, personally, yeah, honestly, I would support you on that. I would say don't watch the movie, because I said this earlier, but I think that watching the movie kind of ruined or like changed my idea about the book. But I'm glad I read the book first, honestly. Yeah. I would say don't do it. If you enjoyed the book, if you really did enjoy the book, I personally would say don't even watch the movie, because it's not going to do anything for you. I don't think. I think if you read the book and you were like confused, or you didn't understand, or maybe you didn't like it, then maybe watch the movie and maybe it would give you a little bit of a better understanding. If you're more of a visual person or what have you, I don't know. But if you enjoyed the book and you're gonna give it a 5-star, don't even watch the movie, because it might like mess with your head too much. Yeah, for real. It's so weird, because I keep reading these books that are like super psychologically fucked up, and these books that are scary, and I'm not that type of person. Like, I really don't like super scary stuff. Even though I will confess that I did just buy a 1975 paperback copy of The Exorcist from eBay last night at like 3 in the morning. So my bank account wasn't really loving that one. Oh my god, this dog. I'm gonna send him to the fucking farm. And this book was really good, I think, to have as a book of the month, because I do think it's kind of a polarizing book, and I think that lots of different people will have completely different views of this book, and it leaves a lot up for discussion, especially the fact that it is so like metaphorical, I think. Listen. He's just such a baby. And he's so spoiled. Like, honestly. You know, he has his own room. My dog has his own goddamn room. Who am I? Paris Hilton. Apparently. Oh my god, I look crazy. I actually look crazy. Yes. I do think that we should pick our next book of the month for October. I'm super excited because obviously October is a great month, okay? Like, everyone says if you like October, if you like fall, you're a basic bitch. But you know what? Fuck them. Just kidding. If you say that, that's rude, but I wouldn't say fuck you. But I love October. I really do. And I love Halloween. I just sat down and watched Halloween Town the other day, and I made those really cheap, crappy Pillsbury cookies, Halloween cookies, and it was amazing. Yes, I think it should be something spooky. Me personally, I do want to read something kind of like Halloween-ish, or like a little bit spooky, or like maybe like haunted house vibes. Oh, you know what? I was trying to find this the other day. I was out and about. I wasn't online even. I do most of my shopping online for books and stuff, unless I go to like the thrift store or my second-hand used bookstore down here. But I've been trying to find the Stephen King collection of short stories. I think it's called Night Shift. People have been saying that some of the short stories in there are really, really good, so I wanted to pick it up and read it, but I couldn't find it anywhere. That's the best thing to do, is watch scary movies and eat in October. It's like, it's amazing. Oh no, you didn't like it. See, I've only read one Stephen King book, and I'm not a fan of like super, super long books. And his writing is like way too drawn out, I think. There was a part in Pet Sematary where I completely skipped like half of an entire chapter, and I still understood what was going on because he just over describes things. It's like, okay, get to the fucking point. We get it. The cat comes back to life. Okay, it's not that fucking serious. Oh yeah, I guess I've read two. Oopsies. I've read Misery and Pet Sematary, and I've seen Carrie the movie, but I haven't read the book personally. I do too. I heard that there's a book called My Best Friend's Exorcism by Grady Hendrix. I don't know if that book is any good or not. Of course, like any book, it has mixed kind of reviews. But I read The Southerners Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by him, and it was really fun and it was really cool. And I heard that My Best Friend's Exorcism gives you kind of like Stranger Things vibes, and I thought that was kind of cool. And the book on the outside looks like an old like 80s VHS tape, but I don't know if it's really that scary or spooky or not, or if it's just kind of like, yeah, okay, to be honest, Stephen King's a little bit overrated. Like, think of how many great authors there are out there, like, that don't get a chance because Stephen King's been like over illuminated in the community for so fucking long. And the same thing with that guy Dean Koontz. He's like a thriller writer, a mystery writer, and his books are everywhere, and I've read so many of them. Or tried to read so many of them, and I just don't like them, and I don't understand like what all the hype is about, because there's so many great authors out there, and it's like only a few get chosen as like the golden child of a certain genre. And it's like, I feel bad for some horror writers, because there are some great like spooky horror writers out there, and they constantly have to compare themselves to Stephen King. Like, okay, like Stephen King, I don't see like what all the hype is about personally. I guess it's like saying if you've read a classic or something, but I mean, there's so many good authors out there. You don't have to like be the gatekeeper of a genre, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've heard that Grady Hendrix does a lot of really good like horror type books, but also he like involves a lot of comedy and stuff like that too. Which I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. Fuck, that fucking title is so long. But it was amazing. I loved it. I actually gave it a 5-star. That and Where the Crawdads Sing are the only 2 5-stars I've given for this whole year, and I've read 27 books this year so far. So it's been like, I thought it was really good. But Horror Store, yeah, I knew that he wrote that, but I don't think I know what the synopsis is. I don't even know what it's about, really. Sorry. Oh, that's kind of cool. You mean like a haunted IKEA? We love a haunted IKEA vibe. That's cool. I think that sounds good. I want to go to IKEA so bad. This is such a first world problem. But I really miss going to IKEA, man. Like, I miss it. I used to take like day trips just to go to IKEA. Because it's so fun. You just hang out, plan a whole bedroom, get snacks. They have an escalator. I could go up and down on an escalator all day for no reason. I'm easily entertained. Oh my god, the girl on the train. I heard, what's her name? Emily Fox from BookTube say this the other day, and she was like, the girl on the train, you mean just the drunk girl? That's what it should be called. 100%. Oh yeah. Yeah, the girl on the train is I liked the book, so I read the book before I watched the movie. Cannot confirm nor deny that. I shall not say. Hi, Elle. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Just currently dying. Everything is fine. I hope you all are staying safe. listeners watching this, if you have access to a keyboard and you have fingers, please type what you personally would like to read for this month. It can be something on your TBR, or it can be just something that you really want to read, or, you know, one of the books that we mentioned in the live stream, like just whatever you for October. Like for me personally, October, I either want to read something like cutesy, or like, you know, I'm not a big romance person, but I feel like if I opened up my heart chakra, I could get into it, you know? So I either want to read something like cutesy, or I want to read something kind of spooky. Spooky, okay? Not people getting stabbed in the face. Or something completely obscure. Or sci-fi. Anything. I don't care. You guys. Throw it out there. Yeah, we can do like 2 books or whatever. Like, I mean, and y'all can obviously read like whatever you want, you know. Yeah, we're all about range over here, okay? Real Life by Brandon Taylor. You know what? Let a bitch get her phone. Let me get my freaking phone, because I need to look some things up. Do you guys have any of these, the new updates for the iPhone thing? And do you like it? Okay, let me go to my Goodreads. Oh my gosh, yeah, I heard Karen Slaughter was like really, she's like very graphic, way, or I don't know. That is true. Yeah, I've heard that it has like really bad sexual abuse. And although like I get that everybody has their own like thing that they're good at, or that they do most of in their books, like that's why I never read The Troop, is because I heard that it had like really graphic animal abuse, and I'd rather not put myself through that. And like I don't like any like super violent sexual abuse. You know, I don't want to get into it, obviously, because this is a very calm, relaxing channel, but I have my own stuff with that. Oh yeah. You know, I started to read The 7 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. I think I'm like 3 chapters in, and I am highly confused, but I'm really liking it so far. Okay, yeah, I am so confused. Like, I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I'm trying to read The Night Circus. I'm listening to The Night Circus on audiobook. I don't know if any of y'all have read it. But I really am liking the vibes of The Night Circus. popular book with 7 Evelyn in the title. I do. I absolutely have to read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Evelyn and 7, that just must be a 5 right now. That's a pretty popular. Yeah. Also, like, I don't know who out there is gay. You might all be straight, and that's totally fine. But for me personally, I am a gay. My dog doesn't approve. He's obviously a Trump supporter. Anyway, I'm trying to read more gay stuff, just for me personally, not like in the book club or anything. And I was finding it really hard to find like female romance stuff. But I found some, so some of them are in the mail and they're on the way. All adults here. Okay, I'm about to look it up. Adults here. Okay. By Emma Straub, I'm assuming. Okay. Let's see. Wow, 29,000 ratings. That's crazy. 3,000 reviews. Like it's a 3.64 out of 5. When did this come out? Is this recent? Oh my god, don't even play with my emotions like that. If there was a female romance that was Halloween themed, I think I'd play because that's like double symbol and double the fun, bitch. I would be all over it. You gotta be kidding me. It's probably me. These hurricanes are literally a pain in my ass, bro. Literally. It's because of these hurricanes. And I live in the south. Barf. Gross. Yeah, there's hurricanes everywhere, but they won't wipe me out for some reason. I'm still kicking. Oh my god. If you guys make me read something that is similar to A Little Life, I'm deleting this whole channel. I know. I watched people do like book vlogs where they read A Little Life and they just like completely breaks them, like they're like in some kind of, you know, horrible, like rigorous military training or something. Like they are fucking broken, like bawling their eyes out. And I can't believe that Gabby reads, the booktuber Gabby, she read it and she really liked it. I know she reads a lot of like thrillers and like spooky stuff, but she seems so sweet and innocent. I mean, like, she loves Taylor Swift, so I was like, oh my god, because she read A Little Life and like loved it, and I was like, oh my freaking god, maybe I'm just like a bitch, I don't know. What? Really? Paperback Attack. Bro, one of your favorite books is Perks of Being a Wallflower. Don't people cry during that book? I've actually never read the book and I've never watched the movie. What is what you wish for? Okay, I think if we've narrowed it down, definitely that we are going to be reading something spooky. We're going to be reading 2 books in October, because why the hell not? 31 days, okay. 31 days, we got this. 2 books, and one of them will be spooky, and the other one will be like, literary fiction, or it can be romance or whatever we kind of decide on. And I can make like an Instagram poll or something where people can just vote on it. If you want to do that. What you wish for? Let me see. Oh my gosh. What you wish for? Catherine Center. 3.89 out of 5. Why does that cover look so familiar? That cover looks really familiar. I don't know why. Let me see here. Okay. Sounds interesting. Yeah, Jacob really has read every book. If it's not like super spooky or obscure, Jacob's probably read it all. And I don't know how he hasn't read all the spooky books, because he loves all the spooky books. Oh yeah, I really wanted to read House in the Cerulean Sea because I heard it was so feel good. Okay, all adults here. House in the Cerulean Sea. What you wish for? Yes, definitely one spooky and then a feel good one. That's the perfect balance. I love that. Oh, what the hell are you talking about, Jacob? Oh my god, what is that? What is that? You seen that video of Cardi B? Oh my god, what is that? What is that? The Devil of All Time. Is that a book? No, I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm trying to look up. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. I'm old. Y'all keep me so young. Okay, let me see here. I need to look that up one more time. Oh yeah, this was came out this year, right? Oh. Okay, I think What You Wish For sounds like pretty cute. TBH. I love this fluffy microphone. I just want to touch it all the time. The passengers. Okay. Oh my gosh, shut up. The passengers. Lisa. Oh god, this looks scary AF. Just the freaking cover. Okay. In case you were wondering, I didn't do it. I don't have anything to do with Frank's death. I don't have an alibi, so you'll have to take my word for it. 48 hours after leaving her husband's body at the base of the stairs, Tanya DuBois cashes in her credit cards, dyes her hair brown, demands a new name. From a shadowy voice over the phone and flees down. It's not the first time. She meets Blue, a female bartender who recognizes the haunted look in a fugitive's eyes and offers her a place to stay. With dwindling choices, Tanya, now Amelia, accepts. An uneasy and dangerous alliance is born. It's almost impossible to live off the grid today, but Amelia, now Deborah, and Blue have the courage, the ingenuity, and the desperation to try, hopscotching from city to city. Deborah especially is chased by a very dark secret. Can she outrun her past? Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. What? What? It's okay, Elle. We're gonna read 2 books this month, and one of them is definitely gonna be like feel good or like a romance or something. So you can read that one. I get it if you're reading a lot of thrillers this month, because that makes a lot of sense. I'm reading a lot of like thrillers or like spooky type books just because it's October, so I totally get it. But bro, I'm just being honest. I'm reading The Passenger. That sounds amazing. Hold on, let me add that to my want to read. Yes, absolutely. I'm definitely reading that. Oh my gosh, 11 thrillers. You are a machine. Girlfriend, that is crazy. Oh yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna tell you what I just found on me. So, are we gonna be reading a Jodi? How do you say that? Jodi Picoult. Paperback attack. Alright, you said you're in a reading slump. Why? Why do you think? I was in a reading slump early in March. It was awful. It sucked. Okay, I want to read Mercy. Or the synopsis, I guess. Things going on. Like, why do you think that you're not reading so much? Or do you not like to read? What's a book? I don't know. see. I think a lot of people do get too caught up in how many books they're reading rather than the quality of books they're reading. Because of booktube, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on like how many books can you read a year, how many books can you read a month, blah 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 blah. And I don't think that's right to do, and I don't think that that's fair to put on people. You can read whatever you want. I personally am a really slow reader, but I'd rather read something good and that I actually really like than like force myself to read like 4 books just for the hell of it, you know? I can imagine. I always see those like TikToks. Oh god. Because I'm on like book TikTok, but I'm also weirdly on witch TikTok. Love it though. It's great. It's a good community over there. It's like book TikTok and witch TikTok. I don't know how it happened, dude. It just did. I don't know. But it's like anytime you're like assigned reading, you like can't get it just like sounds good. You can like fly through it. That's very relatable. Yeah, exactly. I think there's different approaches to this. So I know in the US, it's like the faster you can read, the better. So a lot of people, if they're like serious about like reading, or they really, really love to read, or they read audiobooks or listen to audiobooks, they'll listen to it on like the highest speed because they just want to like get the information in and out, and so they can get to the next book. Whereas like I know in like Italy and parts of Europe, it's very common to like sit down and like fully immerse yourself in a book or in the book. And I love that approach. I don't want to constantly be like rushing myself through a book. I want to like actually sit down and enjoy the book. This dog is a Trump supporter. I can't. Jacob's just like, tell me what the fucking books are for this month, or I'm gonna kill someone. Okay. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did adult novels, I guess. I don't know why I just assumed they were all teen. But they're not, obviously. No, I don't think it's too dark. I feel like this is an adult book, no? I guess I just read a lot of Jodi's books when I was alive, so maybe I just assumed that they were like YA. Okay. Smells like teen fiction. She gets a lot of 1 stars. Dang. People do not hold back. Okay. So, L, candy, and all things good in the world. So we had to pick something cute and cushiony and fluffy and all the good stuff for L. Yeah, I agree with that. I think they are kind of polarizing too. Small, great things. It's hard for me and annoying. Oh, no way. What? Oh my god. Oh, this book sounds really good. Yeah, the book sounds freaking amazing. Okay. I don't know if that's. I think it'll be a good thing to read, especially with everything that's going on in the world. Yes. Can't really tell if it's gonna be good either way. I already know. My back's killing me. Okay, cool. So, have you guys heard of the book Three Women? I'm trying to think who it's by. I actually have it. I'm currently reading it. By Lisa Tadeo. It's like, it's perfect. This book, Small Great Things, is like 500 and some pages, so am I gonna be able to get through it all? I hope so. I think the book, The Woman in the Window, I kind of predicted that ending, like I kind of assumed that's probably what was happening. But I didn't expect it all to go down like that. I kind of saw that all coming too, and I was kind of mad because I had spent so much time and energy trying to finish this book, and when I finally did, I was like, well, what the fuck? Like, I already knew all that was gonna happen in the beginning. I should have just skipped to the end, I guess. Sharp objects. Yeah, that's another thing, is I didn't enjoy the romance that they tried to throw into Sharp Objects with Camille and the detective. But I think like overall I enjoyed it, but I think it's mostly because they were big chunks in the Book of Sharp Objects that were like shocking weird imagery, I guess. Definitely was shocked by that book. It was like the first thriller that I read where I was like, wow, this is how it's done. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I read that in high school, so I don't know if I read it again. I definitely agree with that statement that she tried to capture the vibe of a small town and she didn't quite get there. For weird and like hypochondriac and, you know, fidgeting all the time. Like, I also read The Grown Up by Gillian Flynn. And I don't know how I felt about that book personally, but I don't know how I felt about it. I like enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of fun, but the ending I was kind of disappointed when it ended like that because I was like really everywhere, especially Target because I go to Target like all the time. And I think I actually read the back of the synopsis and I actually thought about seeing to chat back and forth because it's so crazy what, like, how different people are when it comes to books. Like, we can all like really enjoy the same genre, but when it comes to like a particular book, everybody is kind of like all over the map, you know what I mean? What, The Couple Next Door? You predicted the twist from the first page. Oh, that's not good. That is definitely not good. Oh no. It does. It feels like I can't plug it in because then I'll lose my light source. One of the books that we read for October. Oh my god. In October. Oh wow. We'll be posting a poll about that on my Instagram and you guys can kind of hash it out amongst yourselves. That way when the poll comes back and I'm like, okay, this book that one, I'm not the bad guy, you know? I don't want any beef with anybody. But like I said, we're all kind of like WTF on that one. Thank you guys so much for hanging out on this live stream with